Hi guys. I hope you guys are having a nice day. I'm here to discuss our most recent VMG. So with our window mannequin looks, I really lifted from the styling that our merchandising team did. You'll see in the VMG that I did some layering, which I think is really great for this transitional season we're in, and also for your UPTs. And then I did that gorgeous Picasso print blouse. A note on mannequins in general for this VMG. I know we just RTW'd some of our best-selling styles and some of the pant styles that were going to be these mannequin looks. And I know that we are seeing such success with the Vera right now. So just use what you have on hand and keep in mind how people would actually wear it. We went with the Harlow here because that's what we have on hand, but if you didn't have a depth of stock in that and you had maybe a Vera and Aloe, or you get the picture, you can sub as needed. Then we have our gorgeous new collection on the front of our stores for friends and family. I again led with the newest stuff, but you'll notice in the VMG that I also added some older styles, older being only, maybe a month. But since it is friends and family and we do want to push through maybe older stuff, if at a discount and save some of our newer or core basic stuff for full price sales, that definitely is something that I took into consideration when setting this floor. I also integrated these gorgeous fringe scarves here just on hangers where they made sense with the color flow. So I have that. Basically the lead outfit is what we started with, and then the ecru Vera, a little ecru moment, Picasso print, Aloe corduroy, night corduroy, the Talicia, this layering gauzy whisper mock turtleneck is a top seller for us. We've done it year after year. Throw it in the fitting room with everyone. Then I have a little pop of challis and more corduroy, the Raylan, the Alice puffer jacket, that great cozy jersey set they sent us, and then this Sherpa jacket, the Harley, which I love because I feel like customers have been requesting a zipper. So I love that they did that. This is going to be kind of the front of your store. This is going to be your talking point. If on your racks 2 jackets feels too much, especially with these styles that are not reversible, feel free to take these down to 1s. So you can make that call based on your space, based on the moment, based on your selling patterns, that's fine. And then I did like a Teddy S-hook moment here to break up these 2 sections. If your store has standalone racks, or doesn't need a break right here, it has a natural break, you can skip these S-hook moments. Not every hang bar needs a break, and in fact, really only these stores that have a continuous bar need to be utilizing these as much as you're gonna see in my VMGs. Newport has a continuous bar, Nolita, Abbot Kinney, but you don't wanna make it feel too breaky. Like it should feel not choppy, I guess is the opposite of choppy. So I did that to break this up. You may not necessarily have to do that. Breaks are not required in every rack and really should be used thoughtfully and sparingly. This section I'm calling my elevated looks expensive section, and I did this to really highlight some of our like whites, blacks, and grays that I feel like can kind of get lost in the racks when they're grouped together in bigger sections. This can essentially live anywhere on your floors. I liked it here because it broke up that color story with this color story, and I just thought that it called attention to some really great classic elements of people's wardrobes. And then we've got our delivery from the last shipment, kind of changed that up a little bit. Just again, featuring these styles that we want to push during Friends and Family. While also, you know, featuring them in a new way. All right, I'm doing this at the end of the day, so I'm a little tired. Then I have Jenny Graham at the back. I did that intentionally. You're gonna notice in the VMG that the basics are at the back of your store. And again, that's so that we're pushing out this stuff that we plan to sell at Friends and Family discount, and protecting some of our more, you know, full price core styles. Moving on to the table. I have this gorgeous Marissa jacket. Note the styling here on the table. Are we able to see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You guys can reference your VMG, but it definitely like is laying flat and folded in such a way. Don't worry about it, Lindsay. Folded in such a way that shows that there's that shearling inside. I love that this is reversible. We oftentimes will offer to take the tags out of the reversible pieces for our customers. They love that we take that extra step. You probably just have a seam ripper in your sewing kit. Then featuring some of these great kind of transitional scarves. And then these great Teddy handbags. And a note on handbags, when we are displaying them, the standard for tags is that the tag should live in the interior pocket. That's what all of the high-end handbag stores do. So that's what we do. You never want to see like a tag just hanging from the straps. We want to tuck those tags neatly. If there isn't an interior pocket, then you would use a safety pin to pin it where there would be an interior pocket, which would be the back, upper, inside. So that's definitely how those should be tagged. And then a note while I have you on clovers, you guys probably already know this, but it's worth repeating. If you're going to be displaying your clovers, this seam for the pocket, that tells us that that's the back. So if it's hanging on an S-hook or if it's sitting on your table, you always just want to make sure that it's facing the front. And then we're just featuring more of these gorgeous pieces from this collection. We put the new hats, which I love. A note on hats is if you see that your hat's brim is getting a little wonky while it's on the sales floor, you can give it a light steam and then let it cool on a flat surface, and it will cool and fix the brim, so you won't have like a wobbly brim. It also, you know, in styling your customers, if they want it to be a little bit more less flat, that's also the way you would do that. You would steam it, and then you would kind of sculpt it to the shape that you were hoping. So I thought that was a nice tip. Love the Picasso print. Remember, we're holding off on the Miomi for now because that's going to be part of our hero image and our sweaters and our coats and sweaters campaign windows. I'm really excited about that. Don't forget to change your window mannequins as soon as that launches, so that'll be the 11th. And then once you do that, you will have already sent your floor set pictures by then for this, but send an updated photo of your mannequins. We've got our Vera shop, which has been doing so well for us that I carried it over to this new table. Newport Beach just sold out of the aloe color, or our extra aloe color, so I just put in an aspen here. Feel free to make those sort of substitutions if you see sell-through as well. Customers are really responding to seeing the different options we have in that fine whale. You can see we've got, I did kind of a gauze shop you saw in the VMG, and then again I put our basics all together again. I did break them up, but for those stores that don't need all of those breaks, you can have these live together on one rack if that makes more sense. Just make sure you're really paying attention to the color flow. Remember that I'm not just moving chunks of things, but that there is thought put into every color that follows one another. The same is true for that gauze shop you'll see in the VMG. And then we have our silk cotton voile with some rib if you have it. This can also be your staff edit rack. It just, from a color standpoint, I didn't necessarily want it up the front again because our customers have seen it, but I still want it to feel special. So if you do have some of this left, the back of your store, your staff edit rack is a great place to put that. I think that's all I've got for you guys today. If you guys have any questions or you run into any trouble with your VMGs, feel free to reach out to me. You'll notice the interior mannequins are also layered. Those we've had in Newport for just today, and we're already seeing movement on some of those, the Aspen and the Jesslyn layered like that. So already working, love the styling there. And again, my thinking there was, you know, layers mean if it gets hot, you can take off a layer. If it gets, you know, cools down in the evening, you can add a layer, and, you know, head to toe. Dressing our customers can only help your AUPT and your ADS and your overall sales. And yeah, I hope you guys have fun with this floor set. I think that the store, you'll find that your store is gonna look great. And I just really appreciate all the love that you guys put into these. So yeah, thank you.